then the data is hard to interpret. It's hard to find a really great study with caffeine because a lot of times, like this study was 50,000 women. That's a lot of women. That's a lot of data, but it's self-reported. So how much they remember they drank at certain times in the pregnancy, it's hard to really get very accurate results.
So what this study showed, so as you said, really large number. Yeah. They asked women in Norway when they were 22 weeks pregnant to self-report how much caffeine from all sources. So coffee, chocolate, soft drinks, tea, you name it. And then they went ahead and they looked at those children and how they grew from 6 weeks to 8 years of age. And what they found is over time that the women who were in the very high caffeine group, which was 300 milligrams a day or more, remember 200 is usually or less recommended in pregnancy, those babies had a higher chance of being in the 75th percentile for weight. So they were more likely to be obese as very small children, and that carried on into the year 8. And then beyond that, things like lifestyle, exercise, diet that make a difference for obese children anywhere in the world started to play a role. So this effect sort of tempered out and wasn't as important. But I think it's a really hard one, like you said, because it's self-reported. You're not necessarily measuring how much is in that individual cup. And I think that as we've discovered with so many things, alcohol, coffee, antioxidants, things in moderation can be a tonic and things in excess can be a poison. And you have to have a sense of what you're putting into your body, how large it is. If it makes you jittery, it makes you feel lousy, it is probably not good for your baby either.
Well, maybe what the takeaway here, and you're the OB-GYN, is we tell people all the time, read the number of calories, read the grams of sugar, but rarely do we ever say, find out how many milligrams of caffeine is in your coffee cup. In fact, we all probably, most of us maybe had coffee this morning. I bet you not one single one of us knows how much caffeine was in that cup of coffee. I know I don't. I don't know how much caffeine was in mine. The only time I know is after I drink that cup, sometimes I need another, and other times I'm, whoa, boy, that coffee shop serves them heavy. So I think if you're pregnant, you should probably only drink a cup of coffee where you know how much caffeine is in it. Is that fair to say?
That's
At
fair.
least some sense?
And I think you also have to think about the other things. Obviously, a lot of caffeine during pregnancy may affect the baby's ability to sleep and all of that once a baby is born. We do know that high levels of caffeine can affect miscarriage risk and preterm labor as well. So we do have to be cautious
I just want to give a huge thanks to all the mothers out there.
Yeah,
all that you do.
They constantly have to think,
world.
they're suffering, but anything mom consumes goes to baby too.